All right, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about macros and why it's important that you learn macros, right? Because growing up, you probably weren't taught anything about macros. You were probably just taught to eat whatever was on your plate. But at the end of the day, if you grew up fat, if you grew up super skinny, you know that one of the biggest insecurities that you can have as a man or even as a woman is to be unconfident about your body. Because when you have no confidence in your body, what you're saying is, you're unconfident about something that you can control. And that's why I'm here to teach you guys about macros. The most simplest thing that you'll ever learn is learning about the calories that you intake, about the protein, the fats, and the carbs, because that's all that macros is. It's very simple. All you need to know is those three: proteins, fats, and carbs, and the amount of calories that you need to intake. And then you can make a plan and you follow that plan until you reach the goal that you have desired. So let's say you're out of shape. Let's say you're fat and you want to cut down, right? You just need to be at a caloric deficit. And some of you might say that this is very basic information. And if that's what you're thinking, then this video might not be for you. This video might be for someone who is more intermediate or someone who's a beginner who doesn't really know anything about this. And so if you're someone who is skinny and you're trying to put on some weight and you're trying to put on some muscle and you think that no matter what you do, you cannot grow, it simply means that you are not eating enough calories, because there's no physical possible way that if you eat the amount of calories over your maintenance level, right? Because there's a deficit, there's maintenance, and then there's a surplus. The surplus just means that you're over the amount of calories that your body needs to maintain the weight that it's at. So let's say you're at 200 pounds, right? In order for your body to maintain that, it needs a certain amount of calories. And if you're at that amount of calories, then your body's going to stay the same no matter what you do. Okay. Unless you work out more and you burn more calories, your body's going to stay the same if you continue eating that same amount of food. So if you're someone and you say, I'm not growing, and I hear this a lot, my metabolism is just very fast. That's not true. The truth is you're not eating enough calories. If you're not seeing growth, simply eat more. Okay. And one of the biggest mistakes that guys will do at the beginning, and I made this mistake myself, is to dirty bulk. Okay. And with a dirty bulk, you will see weight gain, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you get your calories from. If you're above the amount of calories that you need for your maintenance, you will gain weight, whether it's fat or muscle. Fat or muscle depends from the type of food that you eat, right? But as far as gaining weight, if you dirty bulk, sure, you're going to see weight gain, but you're not going to see too much muscle growth. Okay. And if you do see muscle growth, you're going to have a lot of fat to shed as opposed to doing it the clean way. That's why if I were to ever bulk again, I would have to go the cleaner route, such as rice, whole foods, foods with more protein. Because what you need to understand is at 4 grams of chicken will be 25 grams of protein and like 160 calories for that small piece. And let's just say you eat a Snickers bar or something, right? That Snicker bar will not have the amount of protein that your body needs, but it will have a lot of calories. So let's just say a nutritional way to go would be the chicken, right? Because it gives you more value for the protein, and protein is what makes your muscle grow. But as far as a Snickers bar, yeah, it tastes good. It satisfies your hunger in that moment and your craving, but it's just giving you calories. So what people don't understand is they say, well, I'm not losing weight. It's very simple. You're just going above your caloric intake level to maintain the amount of body of weight that you need in that very moment. So if you guys are somebody who, maybe you don't want to do the research yourself, that's why it's important to hire a coach like myself. I can coach you on it. And I'm not saying that a coach is something that you need, right? You can do this all on your own. For the most part, I never hired a coach. I simply learned from people online. But what a coach does for you is a coach takes that time that it takes to learn it on your own and cuts it in half. Because I can tell you all of the weak points that you're maybe making mistakes. And why is that? Because I've already been through that. I've already made those mistakes. And so I can tell you, hey, listen, you're making a mistake here. You're making a mistake here. Tweak that and it'll take you half the time that it took me to learn all these things, right? Because that's what a mentor does. Nowadays, people think that there's so many scammers out there, and it's true. There is a lot of scammers out there spreading misinformation, just trying to make a quick buck off of you. But the truth is, a mentor is a very important thing to have in your life, whether it's for dating, whether it's for money, whether it's for losing weight. It's always good to have a mentor. And that's why it's important to read books, because if you don't have a mentor one-on-one with you, let's just say you don't have someone in your life that's literally choosing to mentor you, what you can do is go, because here's the thing. When you read a book, that person is mentoring you. The thing is, they're selling it for a low price because they're not mentoring you one-on-one. All it took them was some of their time invested one time, and then all you have to do is pay $20, right? And they're basically mentoring you with all of the mistakes that they made in order to get to where they want to be. So if you want to shortcut the time that it takes to reach your goals, read a book, watch a seminar, learn from someone online, or hire a coach like myself. If you want to lose the weight quickly, I will work with you one-on-one. Send me an email at optimalmancoaching@gmail.com. I got you. I went from 200 pounds. I lost 45 pounds. And at the beginning, I was 135. So I've made a few changes throughout the years, and it's taken me a while. It's taken me a lot of fuck ups, a lot of mistakes in order to learn the things that I know now. And at the end of the day, we always have to continue to learn, continue to grow, because we don't know it all. The moment that you think you know it all is the moment that you stop growing, right? You always have to continue learning in order to get better, in order to grow. So if you're someone who needs that help, go ahead and send me an email, because the most selfish thing you can do is be extremely out of shape and know that you're insecure about that. Know that that causes you confidence issues, and then to pass that on to your kids. Because if your kids go to elementary school, middle school, high school, and they're fat and out of shape, what you're saying is you were too selfish to teach them that, because now they're going to get bullied for being fat and being out of shape because you couldn't learn the macros and the information that you needed to pass it on to them. Whenever I see someone who, passes on that information to their kids, I respect it, because when I see a fat parent with a bunch of fat kids, it's really something very inconsiderate to do to your kids. So take the time now that you're young, maybe you don't have kids, and learn this information, not only for yourself, but for your future kids, for your wife, for everyone around you. All right, guys, that's the video for today. Peace out.